Casemiro has his fair share of criticism at Man United, but he has embarked on a redemption arc that culminated in a superb display against Bilbao. Ferdinand took to X after the game to share a picture of himself with Casemiro and wrote, "This guy tonight, Casemiro appreciation tweet." He then posted a follow-up which noted how people said he was done, which clearly is not the case. For so long, Casemiro was being written off as a Man United player, with pundits criticizing him and a near-constant wave of speculation over his future. However, Ruben Amorim has figured out how to best play to Casemiro's strengths and has adapted his role so he doesn't have to cover huge amounts of ground. Now Casemiro's a player reborn, and his display against Athletic saw him clock up some amazing stats. Alongside his goal, Casemiro registered a further shot on target, +1 off target, won 10 duels, and weighed in with 5 clearances, 4 tackles, and 1 interception. He also attempted 1 dribble, which he completed, and also successfully delivered 5 long balls out of the 9 he attempted. Harry Maguire laughs off new nickname after stunning moment in Man United win. Harry Maguire laughed off his new Harrydinho nickname after his twinkle-toed dribble down the right wing, and cross-set up Casemiro's opener in Manchester United's excellent 3-0 win at Athletic Bilbao in the Europa League semi-finals. Maguire, who rescued United in the quarter-finals after being deployed as an emergency striker, twisted and turned his way past an Athletic defender to reach the byline before producing a cross into the box for Casemiro to head in. His teammates expressed their surprise at seeing the centre-back so high up the pitch, with captain Bruno Fernandes remarking that he didn't know Maguire had such dribbling skills in his locker, and manager Ruben Amorim also taken aback. The result puts United in a great position to reach the Europa League final, potentially against Tottenham, but Maguire played down his involvement after learning that United fans had likened him to a fleet-footed Brazilian winger. "It's brilliant. I'm sure there are a few nicknames for me out there," Maguire smiled when told of his Harrydinho nickname by TNT Sports. "It was a clinical first half, a professional second half. It's a great victory, and there's another big game next week." Erling Haaland's reaction to Kevin De Bruyne on Man City return speaks volumes. Erling Haaland gave Kevin De Bruyne a hug and a kiss when he reported for training, underlining his love for the outgoing Manchester City star. The Belgian has just a few weeks left as a player at the Etihad. City have opted against offering De Bruyne a new contract when his deal runs out in the summer and he is now free to leave. The 33-year-old has spent a decade in Manchester, helping the club dominate English football under Pep Guardiola. Over the past 3 seasons, Haaland has been able to benefit from De Bruyne's quality with the playmaker renowned for his vision and passing. The Norwegian's first goal from open play in the Premier League was assisted by De Bruyne. He remains a much-loved and much-respected character in the City dressing room, and Haaland, who was spent a prolonged period on the sidelines, was filmed on the training pitch, showing De Bruyne plenty of affection with hugs and a kiss. Barcelona coach to ring in the changes versus Real Valladolid, captain to make his return. After a grueling 3-3 draw with Inter Milan, Barcelona will shift their focus back to La Liga as they take on Real Valladolid on Saturday. But with the second leg tie against Inter Milan just around the corner, Hansi Flick must be judicious with his team selection as he looks to avoid fatigue. Keeping that in mind, Flick is likely to ring in the changes as Barcelona take on Real Valladolid this weekend. This is according to Diario Sport, which suggests the German coach can give opportunities to lesser-used players in the team, including the likes of Gerard Martin and Ansu Fati. The highlight of the report, though, is that Marc-Andre ter Stegen could start against Valladolid in what could be the German's first appearance for Barcelona since returning from a long injury layoff. Other than ter Stegen, Andreas Christensen is also in contention for a rare start, as Flick looks to offer rest to some of his regular defenders, such as Pau Cubarsí and Inigo Martinez. Gavi and Hector Fort are some of the other players likely to make a start against Real Valladolid this weekend. Pep Guardiola sure he will take a break after leaving Man City. Pep Guardiola has told ESPN that while he does not know if he will retire from coaching when he leaves Manchester City, he is sure he is going to take a break from management. The 54-year-old's 9-year City reign is comfortably the longest coaching spell of his career. He spent 4 years at Barcelona and 3 in charge of Bayern Munich, and he signed a 2-year contract extension in November that is set to keep him at the Etihad Stadium until 2027. His contract was due to expire at the end of this season. Guardiola has delivered unprecedented success since joining City in 2016. He has led the team to 6 Premier League titles and delivered a maiden Champions League triumph as part of their treble-winning campaign in 2022-23. However, this season has been a trying one for Guardiola and City. They are 21 points behind Premier League champions Liverpool and are in the midst of a fight to qualify for the Champions League next season. "I want people to remember me however they want," Guardiola told ESPN Brazil as part of the second series of Premier League encounters on Disney+. "After my contract with City, I'm going to stop. I'm sure. I don't know if I'm going to retire, but I'm going to take a break. How I want to be remembered? I don't know." Simone Inzaghi hoping for a key reinforcement. Following the end of the first leg of the UEFA Champions League semi-final tie between FC Barcelona and Inter Milan in a 3-3 draw, the two teams now have everything to play for as they face in the second leg at the Giuseppe Meazza this Tuesday. Both the contenders of this tie have a domestic league match to play this weekend, with the Blaugranes facing Real Valladolid and the Nerazzurri facing Hellas Verona. However, both of them will be more concerned about the upcoming crucial match in the UCL. Thus, significant rotations are expected from both for their upcoming league games. However, in addition to getting some rest for some of his key players who were exhausted from the demanding game against Barcelona, Sport reports that Simone Inzaghi is also hoping to get another key defender available for the second leg. This defender is Benjamin Pavard, who missed the first leg due to a sprained ankle he suffered in the match against Roma. With this issue, he was previously expected to miss the second leg as well. However, after seeing his team concede 3 goals in a single match, the Inter Milan coach is particularly keen to have the Frenchman back available for the second leg. Benjamin Pavard can help contain Lamine Yamal. If he is able to recover in time for this clash, Pavard can be one of the defenders in the 3-man backline that Inzaghi usually fields. The French defender will likely replace Bisek, as both Acerbi and Bastoni are fixed starters for the Italian manager. He can occupy the left side of the defense, and his presence can be very helpful for Di Marco or Carlos Augusto, as they will once again face a player as tricky as Lamine Yamal. Furthermore, he can also prove to be decisive at the other end of the pitch. He scored the decisive goal against Bayern Munich in the quarter-final tie, and will once again be a threat from set pieces against Barcelona. Thus, while the Italians will be without their most important forward, Lautaro Martinez, for this game, they can recover one of their key defenders, i.e., Benjamin Pavard.